We started some years ago with a different RV. Um, we wanted to let more light in, and so you can't always do that with the screen door because it's too cold or it's too hot. So we come up with the idea of making it a storm door by mounting plexiglass in there. And this is a project that kind of shows you how to do that. And in this, if you'll look at this particular door, you'll see that there's just a peephole. Okay, so there's even more limited light that comes in. And having the storm door so you can open it 365 days basically just adds a lot of light to the interior of the RV.
Okay, today we're going to be trying to put plexiglass on our screen door of this camper. What we have here is a screen door. So it's going to take 2 pieces of plexiglass, which we picked up at Lowe's. We just measured them and had them cut 2 square pieces, so we didn't have to do a lot. What you will see is up at the top, we will have to round it off, and that's what you're going to see Jerry doing.
We decided to make this video after we'd already started this project, but all you have to do is to cut the curved tops on the top piece. We buy the plexiglass and have it cut to fit, at Lowe's or Home Depot, and then when I get it home I use a Dremel, as you can see, to just cut those curves to fit the specific curves of your screen door. You have to cut the curves to match the top of the screen door, so we just hold the plexiglass up in place and take a marker and just mark those curves, and then I cut it out with a Dremel using a little cutting tool. It's really quite simple. To do these cuts, I use a Dremel tool with an easy cut blade in it, and this is not cutting perfectly because there's an edge of the rubber that covers this, but I got to get the shape right so that it fits in that door, and then a little bit of space so that as these aluminum doors heat and cool, they expand and contract a little bit, and we learned that if it binds up this plexiglass, it'll push it out. So we're cutting it just a little bit inside where it needs to be for expansion and contraction. So watch as I do this. You have to be real careful with the speed because there's a fine line between cutting the plexiglass and just melting it with this blade. So you'll experiment with it a little bit. I use about 10 to 12,000 RPMs, and it seems to be cutting, but you do have to sort of peel off this edge as you cut a little bit, and some of that's melted plexiglass.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean it and get it all cleaned up after all the cuts, and then we're going to put it in the door, and then we'll finish this thing up.
Kim is going to install the top half of this plexiglass into our storm door. We've cut it so that it's fitting very precisely, and yet has just a tiny bit of expansion room. Then she's going to take a black 1/2 inch weather stripping. Bought this at Lowe's, and she's going to split it in half and use it to hold the plexiglass in place.
What I don't want it to do is get that in the sand. Okay. So what I'm doing is laying, it's self-adhesive, so I'm letting it stick to the door in just this little channel right here. And that is going to hold this window in. Cut it. Now I'm going to try to get all the way around this door. Takes a little bit of time. I want to make sure it sticks really well. You really want to get that corner. It's also going to keep air from getting around the corner, around the edges of this. It looks like I'm going to be a little short here. That's going to be okay, because this I can add to it and it'll look fine. Want it to be snug next to the glass so there's not a lot of movement. Okay. Do it. What I did there, I had to cut that, but I butted it up real close and you can't even tell it. And it's coming all the way down. Comes in so quickly and easily. And then you just snip it right at the edge. I'm going to push that right there. And now you've got a nice glass door there. Looks real good. Here's the package that the weather seal came in. We did pick this up at Lowe's. But you can see got the small, that seems to work just fine. Okay, Kim's getting ready to install the lower half of this storm door. This is just a rectangle, nothing fancy, but it has such a finished look, and this storm door provides so much light. You know, you can leave this door open, and with the air conditioning on, and on a good day, even when the air conditioning's not on, it's perfect. It's a perfect accessory and something that's easy, and I think pretty much anybody can do this. We use this all year. When we have the heat on or the air, it just gives us so much more light. All I'm doing is just cutting, and I'm just going to butt it up. Just keep going. Except I need to put it on the bottom and not on the glass. That would not work. Putting it on there. All right. That was a what not to do. It's on there perfect. This is a great do-it-yourself project. One more cut, we're going to have it. Trying to keep all this together and not separate so much of it. And then I'm just gonna put it right there. Just finish it up. I just gotta trim a little piece. That's a finished project. Looks really good. That's right. We did this with our last camper, and we didn't have this little lip, so we weren't able to do that with that one. But we still had the plexiglass, and what we did was we put little clips on the outside of the door, say right in this area. We would put a clip and just turn the clip up so that it would hold it against the screen. So that's kind of how we did that. But this, having that lip on there just really makes a huge difference, and it really looks like a good finished project. I'm really excited about that.